Tom Brady, the undisputed GOAT of quarterbacks. If you think this man's legendary football career and stats are extraordinary, just wait until you see how he flexes his $300 million net worth off the field. From mega mansions, cars, to yachts, Brady's got it all, and then some. When it comes to real estate, Brady has proven time and time again that he doesn't just dabble in luxury, he redefines it. When he moved to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he could have settled for a cozy rental. But no, he and his ex-wife, supermodel Gisele Bündchen, decided to rent Derek Jeter's 22,000 square foot mansion on Davis Islands. With 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, an entertainment room, and a swimming pool that looks out over the water, it's basically a resort with walls. For a mere $75,000 a month, or what most of us call a decade's worth of rent, Tom and his then-wife Gisele got to experience how the other 0.001% lives. There's also the 12,112 square foot mansion he and Gisele built in Brookline, Massachusetts, perched right next to the 9th hole of America's oldest country club. Because if you're going to live the high life, why not make sure your golf game is just a swing away? The estate features a yoga studio, a wine room, and a guest house because of course you need extra space for those guests who come for the golf and stay for the mansion. Although it was initially listed for $39.5 million, it sold for $7 million less, proving that even Tom Brady faces a loss now and then. But don't worry, his other properties are always there to comfort him. Like the New York getaway apartment they got in 2018, just because every NFL legend needs a place to escape the harsh realities of being rich and famous. They went straight to the top, literally, snagging a 5-bedroom, $25.5 million apartment in Tribeca with a 1,900 square foot terrace and gourmet kitchen. Overlooking the Hudson River, their 6,500 square foot pad boasted panoramic water views while the couple unwound from any post-Super Bowl stress. When Brady headed south to Tampa, they sold the apartment for $40 million, but kept a smaller unit in the same building, just in case they missed the Big Apple. Because nothing says winter retreat like a home in one of the most exclusive clubs in the world. Tom and Gisele also grabbed a property in Montana's Yellowstone Club. It's a ski lover's paradise located in Madison County with access to 5,800 acres of slopes and a private golf course. It also boasts enough fitness amenities to keep Brady's TB12 regimen on point, even in the offseason. Reports suggest properties here sell for up to $30 million, but honestly, how can you put a price on skiing with Bill Gates as your neighbor? Their swan song purchase before the breakup was a $17 million property on Indian Creek Island, Florida, fittingly named Billionaire's Bunker. And yes, it's as over-the-top as it sounds. Located next to Adriana Lima and a few billionaires, it's the kind of neighborhood where you wave to your neighbors from your yacht, not your driveway. They demolished the original 5,172 square foot house to build an eco-friendly mansion, multiple kitchens because one for avocado toast just isn't enough, and his and hers bathroom suites. But don't worry, even after the divorce, the couple isn't giving up on Billionaire's Bunker just yet. Tom Brady is in the final stages of perfecting his posh bachelor pad. The sprawling estate nestled in the gated Indian Creek village sits just across the waterway from the home of his ex-wife, supermodel Gisele Bündchen. Add in all the MVP trophies and memorabilia lining his walls, and this home could double as a Hall of Fame museum. Now let's talk about Brady's garage, which is less car collection and more four-wheeled fantasyland. Let's race back to his humble beginnings and his first real car, a 2004 Cadillac Escalade. Yep, that was Brady's first real car as a pro football player. I'm sure we can all relate. After all, who hasn't gotten their first paycheck and immediately run out to buy a brand new Cadillac? Brady once said, "This was my first real car and I loved it." And of course, real means a 6,000-pound luxury SUV with enough leather to reupholster your entire apartment. It's fully customized to Brady's specs with reclining seats, a 32-inch TV monitor, and built-in Wi-Fi, just in case you need to stream game footage while cruising through the suburbs. These days, that Escalade can be yours for the low price of $350,000. Fast forward to his Tampa Bay Buccaneers career, and Brady's car purchases got even more extravagant. After joining the team in 2019, his first buy was a Tesla Model S, priced at around $90,000. The car features a chrome delete package and tinted windows, giving Brady the option to drive around Tampa in stealth mode. His collection includes a Bugatti Veyron Supersport, which costs a jaw-dropping $1.7 million, a Rolls-Royce Ghost worth $400,000, and a limited edition Aston Martin V12 Vanquish S Volante. priced at $360,000. Aston Martin even released a TB12 edition of the car, but ironically, Brady didn't snag one for himself. No worries though, he has plenty of other toys, like an Aston Martin DB11 for $200,000, an Audi R8 at $165,000, and a Range Rover HSE Lux that set him back $86,000. There's also his 2010 Lexus GH 450h Hybrid, priced at $57,000, and a Lexus RX Hybrid for $47,000. But don't worry, he's got more down-to-earth options too, like the $50,000 Audi S5, a Jeep Grand Cherokee worth $44,000, and a Chevy Colorado for $35,000, which, by the way, he gifted to teammate Malcolm Butler after winning Super Bowl 49. Alright folks, we've drooled over Tom Brady's car collection enough, so let's switch gears to his other expensive hobby, collecting watches. Spoiler alert, his wrist game is as legendary as his football career. Brady's been stacking watches the way he stacks Super Bowl rings, and since his retirement, now that he's got a little more time on his hands, pun fully intended, this collection continues to grow. Starting up the list is the rose gold edition of the 5002 Patek Philippe Sky Moon Tourbillon. This beast of a timepiece doesn't just tell time, it's got a perpetual calendar, a cathedral minute repeater, and a sky chart on the back. Now, social media watch detectives have been debating if this watch is one of a kind, but one thing's for sure, it costs more than your house, and your neighbor's house, and probably the whole block. In 2019, Brady became an IWC ambassador, and ever since, his wrist has been flashing all sorts of big pilots and Portuguesers. But one standout is the Big Pilot Perpetual Calendar Mojave Desert. With its sand-toned ceramic case, this watch is valued at around $42,000. But just when you thought Tom was only into the classics, he throws a Richard Mille curveball at you. To be specific, an M012 Tourbillon, limited to just 30 pieces. Released back in 2006, before Richard Mille watches became the go-to flex for the ultra-rich. This features a skeletonized movement inside a platinum case that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. And the list goes on to include Patek Philippe Ref 2499. Now, this piece is like the Super Bowl MVP trophy. Only a select few will ever get to hold one, and so naturally, Brady's got it. This piece is so exclusive that Patek only produced around 10 a year during its 35-year run. Basically, the watch is harder to get than season tickets to watch Brady play. Auction prices for this bad boy can hit upwards of $7.68 million, which is about the cost of a decent NFL salary. Brady captioned his Instagram photo flaunting this rare timepiece with IKYKY. We know, Tom, we know. No watch collection is complete without a Rolex Daytona, and Brady's stash includes not one, but several. There is the Paul Newman Daytona Ref 6241, lovingly dubbed the John Player Special, thanks to its black and gold color scheme. Brady sported this beauty at Gillette Stadium last year, where the watch likely got more stares than his 7 Super Bowl rings combined. This rare reference is valued at a cool $1.25 million. No biggie. He also owns the recently released Rolex Daytona Le Mans, designed to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the 24 Hours of Le Mans race. Last but not least, Brady brings out the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711, because if you're anybody in the world of luxury watches, you've got to have one of these. This timeless piece goes for around $100,000 on the secondary market, which in Brady's world is practically the price of lunch. And of course, how can we forget the real trophies? Those 7 Super Bowl rings. They're not just pieces of jewelry, they're a literal reminder that Brady owns more championship rings than some franchises have in their entire history. And while the rings have a base value of around $245,000 given their status, we are sure somebody would be willing to throw in as much as $500,000 to $1 million just for the bragging rights they come with. When you've got 7 Super Bowl rings, regular life just doesn't cut it anymore. That's why Tom Brady doesn't do regular when it comes to moving across cities and countries. Forget commercial. Tom soars through the skies in his Gulfstream G550. This isn't just any private jet. It's a $60 million flying palace with plush leather seats, a state-of-the-art entertainment center, and a galley that probably serves food better than your favorite 5-star restaurant, as much as 12 hours without refueling. For cruising on the seas, Brady loves to explore with a private yacht. Starting with a 53-footer Weir 55S in 2020, Tom would decide he needed an upgrade after only 5 months of floating around. This time, he upgraded to the Weir 77. But the Weir 77 is more than just another bigger boat. It is 22 feet longer, wider, and with 3 900 horsepower engines, this beauty can hit a top speed of 37 knots and cruise at 30. Inside is a 5-star hotel with whitewashed oak and leather details. It also comes with 3 cabins that can host up to 9 guests, including an owner's suite fit for football royalty, spanning 16 feet from wall to wall. The yacht, now renamed TW12VE Angels, is currently on the market, docked in Provincetown, Massachusetts, and ready for a new owner who has $7 million burning a hole in their pocket. And that, my friends, is a peek into Tom Brady's luxurious life. Forget touchdowns. Tom Brady's real talent is spending money like it's going out of style.